Hey Madison, hey Justin. This is Jessica from Peterson SEO. Thank you for speaking with me earlier and accepting this free video. So today I'm just going to walk you through just a few tips that can really help you guys improve your online presence and really start to get more of those jobs organically each and every month, okay? So let's start where everybody starts here, and that's with a Google search. So in an emergency, especially, most of the time, your customers are not going to know you by your brand name, by your business name. They're going to be searching um, their services by keyword and even question nowadays. So it's really important that you're showing up for these local keywords and relevant questions. On Google, there's three positions a business can own. The first part is going to be sponsored, your cost per click, Google ads, and even your local service ads. Okay, but nearly only about 10% of people actually click through on those. One of the most important positions is your Google business profile, this map pack here. Your goal should be to be in the top three for your service areas for your relevant keywords. Now, there are several factors in ranking in the top three, and this is very fluid, so you have to continually be working on it every single month to maintain those positions. Now, in order to get in the top three and maintain those positions in your service area, there are several factors. One of the most important is called citations, and that is simply the name of the business, address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Glassdoor, Yelp, etc. So you need a lot more of those citations than your competition. And then just making sure you fully optimize those profiles, have more photos, work on having more 5-star reviews, and doing those weekly updates is really going to help you guys in the map packs here. Now, the number one area here, down here, this is your organic section. This is where you want to be at the top. And that's because nearly 60 to 70% of people go straight here. So you want to be in this position for each of your services and those major keywords. So let's head on back over to your website. So you guys have a good looking website. Your website is secure. You have the click to call numbers, which is awesome. You have the 24/7 call out, which is good. That does help with conversion. I see you have a water page, a reconstruction page. Depending on what all services you offer, that may or may not be enough. If you are doing water remediation, the cleanup, and the restoration and reconstruction, you might have various pages for that. If you're doing storm damage, you're going to want pages for that. So let's just keep looking here. All right. So the homepage doesn't really have a whole lot of information. And you guys got something really funky happening down here in your footer. So your homepage is one of the most critical pages of your entire website. And Google does not rank websites based on appearance. It is based on content, and content is key. So that is your written content, saving images appropriately, but mostly your written content. To be indexed for your keywords, you need 150 words of content for every keyword that you're trying to rank for. You need to focus on those local keywords. I see that you're based in Cottage Grove, but you're serving Douglas and Lane counties. You service multiple areas. So you really need to focus on those important local keywords that people are actively searching for your business, and to make sure that you have the right service pages and the right amount of content. Because without that, you're not going to get indexed, which means you can't rank for those keywords. So that's really important. And because you service multiple service areas, you really need separate pages for each of the major cities or towns that you service that has search volume. You need those pages with your services so that you can be found in each of those communities and really have the ability to dominate in your area. If we look at the top competitors you had for water damage restoration, we had Service Master Restore. You can see, yes, they are a franchise. They do have some limitations. They can't do a whole lot of changes. But you can see here, they have tons and tons of content. Lots of interlinking pages. And so you definitely have to have more content than they do. But as with most franchises, they do a disservice. They're not really focused on any keywords for the local areas, which means they're not really indexing for keywords. So most of the jobs that they get are going to be based on brand, not based on rank, unfortunately. Your next top competitor is Eller's Construction. They do some remodeling services in addition. You can see that they have separate pages. They have the call to actions, the click to calls. What I would like to see is you guys should definitely have forms near the top of your page. You want to make it as super easy as possible for your customers to reach you no matter what page that they land on. Because if they don't find what they're looking for quickly, they're going to bounce off your page and go somewhere else. So just having a nice looking website isn't going to be enough. So you definitely need to work on your content strategy, right? More content, work on that keyword strategy and really dial that in, and then support it with SEO. And I think you'll be amazed at just how much traffic you're getting and how many new jobs you have coming in. This is a program we use called Ahrefs. It's a paid tool that tells us how websites perform. As you can see here, you have a rating of a 0.9 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow, which means Google does not trust your website. It has a lot to do with the fact that there's really not much content on your website, so it's not relating to your customers. And the other portion, the biggest portion, has to do with your backlink and referring domains. You really don't have a whole lot. Now, this is like a popularity contest, so not all backlinks are good backlinks. You want to focus on the ones related to your service, but it's also important to note that you're only going to get credit for one backlink per referring domain, and anything other than that can be kind of like spam. Now, a referring domain is any website that provides your website with a link from their site to your site. And the backlink is just that physical link. If you think of like your favorite power tool and you've got to power that on, right? It's got to be plugged into somewhere. So it's plugged into this source, and the cord goes from your power tool to the power source and it fires up. That's like your website. It's exactly the same thing. Let's say you've been indexed for only 10 keywords and you're only getting about 26 people on average to your website. If we look at your keywords, really the only keywords indexed are branded, couple national terms, and national terms, even if you rank, will not help you because you could get people from all over the country you don't service. So it's really important to focus on that local keyword strategy and content so you can be indexed, so you can rank and you can dominate in your area. If we look at Service Master, we don't care how their website performs because you're not competing against all of them, just this location. And this location is a 0.3. They have no backlinks. they only have 3 keywords, and they're not really getting traffic to this page. So not a huge competition here. And when we look at the other competitor, they have a domain rating of a 15. They've got 300 backlinks, 151 referring domains. And so better quality here is helping them score get higher. But they also have more keywords indexed. Looking at those keywords, though, they only have remodeling and renovation ones, 2 of them on the first page. Everything else that they have is in back pages. So you really don't have steep competition. You have a lot of competitors, but they're not necessarily all doing what they should be doing. So if you apply these strategies that I've shown you today, you guys have a huge opportunity to be able to dominate in your area. Um, I hope that you found this video to be helpful. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out, either by phone or by email, and I'd be glad to chat. Thank you a lot for watching, and have a good rest of your day.